Hello, hello, hello. How are you all doing? Whoa, I had a crazy experience last night. Okay, so a friend of mine, she's like a brilliant comedian, activist, all these things, and she found her way on this spiritual path, and now she is training to be a shaman and do guided psilocybin trips with mushrooms. And so she asked me if I wanted to do one as like part of her training. And I've used mushrooms over the years, especially like after my cancer treatment. I was doing it quite a bit recreationally and also like as part of a healing spiritual practice. But I'd never done it as like I didn't even really know what a guided trip was. I was like, did they talk to you during? I didn't quite understand how it worked, but I was definitely curious. But I haven't really done much with mushrooms in the past year or so, especially like after I started my like true kind of spiritual awakening. I found that I didn't need it so much, or I could do the work like without this additional medicine. And also I was having experiences where, I don't know, this really like kind of stressful feeling or energy would come over me, especially when I did high doses. And I was like, I don't want to go there. But I thought this is probably a cool experience and it'll be safe, and she has a whole ritual attached to it. So it felt like, why not give it a try? And the dosage wasn't so high that I felt like, oh, this will be like really overwhelming. So I did it last night, had no idea what to expect. It was probably one of the most profound and transformational experiences of my life. I covered so much. I went everywhere. I mean, I can't even begin to tell you kind of what I experienced or what the takeaways were, what this was about. I think so much was happening on so many different levels of consciousness that I probably will never know exactly what happened in this 6 hours. But I definitely had an experience of like leaving my body and becoming pure consciousness. And it was like a remembrance. It was like I don't know if it was ego death. I was just pure consciousness. Like I was just energy, and I could merge in with, like, she had this amazing music playing, and I could just like merge in with the sounds. And then at some point I became a tree, and I became like the fabric of life, of music. It was like I wasn't the music, but I was like the container that held all of the things. I can't describe it. But then I would come back into my body. Like there were points where I was really seeing things like multidimensionally. Like I was existing in consciousness, and then my brain was still going, trying to be like, what's happening? Let's explore this. Like my brain was trying to keep control, and then my body, like there were points when I noticed that my body was moving, but like I wasn't moving it, or like I wasn't consciously aware of moving it. It truly felt like it was like my head would be like going, like it was almost like someone like had like taken my head, and I was like moving my head like this, and I was like, who's doing that? Is it me? And my hips were moving the whole time, but like I wasn't moving them, especially in the like first 3 hours of the experience. But one thing I did take away, which I think is like consciously the main takeaway, is there was like this intensity that I would feel in my chest, almost like an anxiety or a really extreme emotion or energy, that when I would do mushrooms would feel so overwhelming that I was usually either like, I was like, oh my God, I would just have to like breathe my way through it, or like be like, okay, like it was not a pleasant experience. And I would either try to like divert away from it, or like just be like, okay, we just have to get through this, kind of like bare knuckle through this like intensity. And in this experience last night, my instinct again was to kind of like not like look away or something, or just manage it. So I had this experience where I kind of went off into like pure consciousness, and I was like, oh cool, I can be out here and like not not like in this energy. But then at some point, I was like, no, I have to go back into my body. Like, I can't exist. I can't like leave my body. It was like a fear of like, no, I can't just exist out here. Like, I have to come back in. And I came back, I saw my body in my third eye, and it was me, but like it wasn't me. And I had this intense feeling of like, no, I don't want to be in this body. I don't want to be in this body. Like, it was a pure just rejection of like me in this body. It's like, I don't want to go back. And then I like crashed back into my body, and there was this like enormous energy and pain and sorrow, and it felt like it went on for an eternity, and I just had to like witness it. And so this was the main takeaway from all of the experiences. There's like this intensity, whatever this was, I couldn't even unpack it. Like, I didn't, obviously there was grief and sorrow and all these like really big emotions in there, but it was just like this really intense feeling. And what I came away with was that I just have to witness this. Like, I can't turn away from it. My whole life, I think I've been turning away from these feelings, or trying to manage them somehow, trying to heal them, trying to transmute them, trying to bring like light into whatever it is in the spiritual world that we try to do with these energies. And before that, I was in therapy, I was always trying to heal. But that in itself is a type of management, because there's just a discomfort of, there's like a fear of the emotion or energy itself. And so in this trip, it was like, no, just witness it. Just witness it. So I had to come and be like, okay, I'm gonna be here. I'm just gonna witness it. And however long it takes, and however long it needs to be witnessed, it didn't feel like it was moving at all. I was like, because I was a bit outside of time, every moment of like when I was in it, it felt like it stretched on for an eternity. And I was like, I don't know how this ends. Like, I don't know how I get out of this. And I would start to panic, being like, I need to move this energy. And it was like, no, just witness it. So I was like, okay. And it was like a bravery, like a courage, like, okay, I'm just gonna face it and see it. And I'm holding my hands like this because it felt like this like ball of energy that I just had to like see and be like, I'm not running away from this. And I said I was like saying to myself, I was like, okay, however long this takes, however long you need me to be here, I have an eternity, and I'll be here for as long as it takes, and I'm just going to witness it. I'll be here as long as it takes, and I'm just going to witness it. I'm just going to witness it. And anytime I tried to do anything, it was like, nope, just witness it. Just witness it. Because I like wanted it to move, right? But it was like, no, you just have to like, it was a surrender and a witnessing of it. And a not trying to rush it, not trying to change it, not trying to do anything with it, not even trying to understand it or judge it or heal it or send light to it, whatever it is, it was just witness it. And then of course, after, I mean, who knows, time didn't really exist last night, but like, then it would somehow, it would move, or I mean, I don't even know what to say. It didn't move, but then once I like accepted the witnessing of it, and for however long that needed to take, and I didn't try to rush it, then it would, then I'd move on to something else, and I guess it would move. I guess the energy would move, or something would happen, and I'd be on to the next thing. But then I kept coming back to this intensity, and anytime, and also physical pain. So anytime I experienced any kind of pain or discomfort or emotion, that my first instinct was to kind of like fight or resist or try to change or transmute. It was like, just witness it. And so pain moved throughout my body, and I just witnessed it. At one point I was like burping up I was like burping, like it was like in my stomach. It was like, I felt like burping, like smoke and like gas, like whatever was like sitting in this like sacral area. It was really, it was really an incredible experience. If you ever have an opportunity to do something like this, and it calls to you, and it feels like a safe person to do it with, like, I highly recommend it. There was also like a lot of, I think, lessons in how to access multidimensionality, because I was like experiencing it, and I could also sense myself feeling like, okay, remember this, like remember how to do this, like when you're not, on the drugs or the medicine, I guess as they call it. So yeah, there's gonna be so many takeaways. I also feel like something was happening on a physical level that I don't even know. Like, I'm sure I called in all my guides and angels and higher self and source before, you know, starting this. So I'm sure there were like beings and energies with me also doing things that I wasn't even aware of. It was really beautiful. That sensation of being pure consciousness was like, and then the realization that, like, I think my whole life I've kind of hated being in a body to some, you know, like maybe it was too, oh, and this was something else. After sitting and witnessing this energy, it would keep coming back. And then at a certain point, I'm like, wait, I need to look at this energy. And it just felt like, I was like, is this power? Is this just like pure power? It was like within the pain, there was also like just underneath that, or just when I was willing to like face it, it's like then it turned into just like pure power. And I also think that's an aspect of me kind of resisting and fearing and turning away from this energy, because it's actually like, it's just so much power. And there was this sense of like my body of like being overwhelmed by this power and this feeling of like maybe my soul, you know, is too big for this body, or at least like when I was little growing up, like it was too big for my body, because I do believe that I was leaving my body quite a bit as a child. Now, especially since I experienced this this existence as consciousness, because I was like, oh, I've done this before. Like, I've done this in this incarnation, in this life. Like, I exist as conscious and I leave my body a lot, and I'm not even like aware, I think, most of the time that it's happening. But it was a very like familiar sensation to me. And so yeah, I was wondering if like a lot of my kind of like a fear or resistance around just like my own energy, my soul energy being held, being able to be held without like being completely overwhelmed just within my body, was also like an element of this work that I did last night. And I can like, even just talking about it now, like I can feel it. I can feel that like I don't know, can you guys, I don't know if you can see it. I can like feel it here within me. It's like just this like, it's a lot. I can't unpack what it all is, but a lot of it is just like pure power that probably I've been like trying to tamp down or manage, because I was afraid of it. I didn't know what to do with it. So this is going to be a long exploration. I think it's going to, you know, unwind and process over however long it takes. But I just wanted to share that with you, if any of that resonates with you, or if you've had similar experiences, or, you know, things that you've gone through, like, please let me know. But it was very cool, so I wanted to share all that. So yeah, let's get singing or toning. I'm very excited, like, what might come through today after that experience. So let's just do some deep breathing. Oh yeah, please join in your frequency or your consciousness in any way that feels good to you. Sing your own songs, move, or just, you know, let it wash over you. Let me know what you experience in the comments. So we're just gonna do 3 deep breaths together. We're gonna breathe in through our nose for 4. Hold for 4. And exhale on a sigh. Breathe in for 4. Hold. Exhale. Breathe in for 4. Hold. Exhale. Ooh, that was cool. That felt really different. There was something I think that also really helped this work last night, in that I was existing in kind of multiple states and multiple dimensional planes for a period of time, and my brain wanted to come in and control, and I was like, shut up brain, but that's more brain, right? And then there was like this voice or this knowing that was like, it's okay, we can exist in all of these planes at the same time. Like, your brain can be going, but we can also be over here inside the music, and we can be in our body. Like, it can all exist at the same time. And I found, like, doing these videos and these singing there, especially the past couple, like, I felt really I can get in my head, like, I'm singing and I'm like, oh, this isn't working, or ooh, my throat is closing, or whatever is going on, like the brain comes in starting to try and control. And then also I'm like, oh no, brain, like, get out of here, because also I want to be like channeling sound And when my brain is trying to control it, then it becomes me. It's not the channel. And so I realized like my brain can still do that. It's going to have moments where it's like it starts thinking, and that's okay. And I can still then shift my consciousness. I can allow that to happen and shift my consciousness also to the pure frequency to outside of that. And like it can exist simultaneously. And I don't have to like worry about it or do anything. So I kind of experienced that today when my brain came in and said something. I was like, that's okay. And then I also just like shifted my consciousness more to the sound. So very cool. I really would love to know your feedback. I love that melody that came through. I think I might like try to make this into a bigger song or track or something, because like I could have stayed in that for a long time, but obviously it's hard on a YouTube video to just keep going forever. So but yeah, so much of the music I was listening to last night was like this kind of singing with like cool synth and things under it. So yeah, maybe I'll start to make some like longer song tracks, to be used in meditation or whatever. So fun. Okay, let's do a quick tarot reading, get a sense, what does any messages that want to come through beyond what I've been talking about. Let's see, for the collective. Let's see, 3 cards. Okay, I got 4 cards. I'm just gonna go with it. Some pretty intense cards came out. Kind of interesting because I was just talking about the mind. So we have the Page of Swords, and that can be like a very busy mind, like kind of all over the place. Like beep, 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 kind of, too many, a little bit like ADHD brain or ADD brain, like so many thoughts going on. So this is kind of that like monkey mind. And then we have the Devil, which is about it's addiction, it's chasing kind of momentary pleasure, feeling chained. It's also like feeling chained to something that like unhealthy. It's a toxic attachment. That's what it is. It's a toxic attachment. But right now I'm thinking more about how like a lot of my kind of more addictive and compulsive tendencies or behaviors are because I was just trying to like avoid witnessing my own pain and emotions. And when we're doing that, we're gonna look for something that makes us feel good or numbs us or whatever. So also it's a way to like quiet that busy mind. Next card is the Tower, where it's like everything built on a faulty foundation falls apart. We're going through a tower moment in the world right now. Like it's usually from like a dramatic outside force, but it's only really dramatic when we resist it, right? When we are afraid of letting the things go that need to fall apart. And then the final card is the 8 of Cups, which is walking away from kind of a disappointing situation, moving on. And there's a lot of grief and sadness in this. It's kind of a dark card, but it's a moon, it's smoky, but like it's also the beginning of a hopeful card where you're finally ready to walk away. So I mean, maybe these cards just represent my situation, but hopefully there's a broader message for the collective. But yeah, it's very much about these kind of like busy mind, intrusive thoughts. We're trying to numb it. We have all our addictions and whatever to distract, to numb, to look away. But at a certain point, it all has to come crashing down if we want to grow. And then now the outcome is like we're ready to actually walk away from that to something, and start our new path, go someplace different. So that's actually quite a dramatic and beautiful, hopeful reading, even though there was a lot of like really big cards. Let's see what's on the top of the deck. Not really feeling these. I think that was a reading. I think that's what needed to come through. So I hope you enjoyed this. Please let me know your thoughts, feelings. Please like the video, and if you're new here, subscribe. I'm trying to grow this. If I get 50 subscribers, which is not so many, then I can do lives and things. Oh, and if you're still here, and I'll post something on the community page, I was thinking about doing like a different type of video where maybe I do some divination with the dowsing rods, or we can like answer questions. So if you have any questions about, you know, the universe, the current situation, even a question within your own life, like a personal question, we can do like a little dowsing rod session where I answer questions. They just have to be formed in like a yes or no. And if we have more complicated questions, I can do tarot cards on them. But yeah, I'll set that up. Okay, thanks for stopping in. See you later. Bye. Mwah.